So the Velcro actually came off both pieces of wood really easy. I think it was just Dollar Tree Velcro in the first place, so there's that. So now we are barefaced, all around, no glue residue. Well, I'm sure there's a little, but not enough to be like, oh my gosh, so hard to take off. So I've got myriad tapes from my sister, and now it's time to get cracking. Let's do that. Uh, I've got brushes. I've got a little bit of water here. Got some plastic plates, and I've got an old cardboard box on which I will be swatching. So I've mixed gray, a little bit of black, which you can see at the top there, and some white. These are older colors she had, so they're gonna require a lot of mixing, but I think I've come up with the color I want. We're just gonna test that. Okay, so this is the color. You can see it on the sponge a bit. I think I'm not gonna. You see how it still needs to blend out a bit, but I'm okay if it has some streaks of black unexpectedly because that'll look more authentic. I think I'm just gonna do like a very light paint over the whole thing. So I'm not necessarily looking for like, oh, it to be a solid color. I kind of want the wood grain to peek through. So really, I was never, I said from the onset, I really wanted something that looked more like a wash. And you can see the wood peeking through. Sometimes with the brush, the black was on one end, so I just switch it around to kind of get that even looking thing. We're gonna let it dry, see how it looks, but let's flip it over so you can see that in fact there's quite a difference. Just the paint wash. So that's it. That's the unpainted side. Here's the wash, and it's a light silvery white, and we do have some of the beigeish of the wood peeking through. I guess tan. Maybe that's a more appropriate color for this, whatever that is. Tannish peeking through of the. Okay, and I am gonna go back and make another little batch for the back. But these are the colors I used. This what is it? Folk flirt, folk art. Limited quality metallic sterling silver is the base. Then we have folk art again, sequin black. And then we have this brand, which is Apple Barrel, and it's white. So that's the color we're mixing. I did add a little bit of water to thin it out. So yeah. And then here it looks on cardboard. It is a lot thinner. The application I did on the board than this. You can see it looks thicker in parts. Also, it being cardboard versus wood, it looks different significantly. So anyway, we're waiting for that to dry. I'm gonna go mix up another batch. It did just occur to me that I might not be able to. Might have trouble getting the time lapse on my computer, so I'm just doing this in regular time now. I did want to get the edges. I have the time to do the edge work because it's such a thin layer of paint and it dries so quick. The two batches of paint that I mixed up might be different colors, which that's fine with me because it's not like the back. It has to be super uniform anyway. I mean, wood naturally has different colorations throughout, so if it looks different, that's fine with me. Do you have to, I think, do the front again? I think this one came out a bit more silver. Yeah, you can kind of see on the edge right there that it's a bit more silver. So we're just gonna go to the front a bit. I have this other brush that's sitting in water, so I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of water to thin out the batch that I have out here for better application. I think in terms of everything else, in terms of edging and whatnot, I do mean to maybe paint the edge of this gold. Maybe it'll be silver, who knows? But Yeah, this is a bit more silver, more gray. But the first coat, dried pretty thin, so I think that will be fine. One. And also, closer to gray is kind of the wash I wanted as opposed to just like, it's fine either way. I'm fine. I'm happy. This is nowhere so dramatically off of what I wanted initially, so we're pretty good all around. And the brush strokes, again, I want that rustic, cassetta looking appeal to it, so this is, I think, pretty much done. I'm just gonna go around and touch up the edges a bit, because some of them are not, I don't want to touch them up too much unless I have to touch up the front again, so just do some sides here, blah blah blah. That's pretty much touched up. Do the top and I'll do the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now again I'll bring up the wood again so you can see the contrast. So really the base color was closer to this piece of wood. So you see the contrast already. It's really a gray. And it's gonna dry a bit lighter than this. It's the idea, especially since it's watered down. You see the wood grain, and it's coming together. My vision is coming together. Yeah. Okay, so the main plank body is drying over there very nicely. Time to move on to the signs. So previously I had said that what I wanted to do was kind of background them respectively, make this like a yellow background, but like that translucent freshly fallen leaf yellow of fall, and then this one on orange. I do have yellow and I do have orange, but these are way too bright. So these need to be toned down. Again, I have this gold paint. I'm not sure I'll use a gold paint. I do have this brown. I'll probably mix some of the brown. Swatch it similarly how we did. I'm gonna, I might just color the whole thing and then just paint over the letters. I'm not sure. I probably won't do that. We do this brown to tone down. I don't necessarily want to tone it down too much with this brown, the orange. I do have this as well, which is, oh, it just says plaid. It's kind of like a reddish tone. So hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of reddish comparatively. So we're gonna work it out, and I also still have the white. I have this other red. And yeah, we're gonna work it out. So got some yellow there and some white. I was thinking about possibly using silver, but I feel like because of the silver in the back, I don't necessarily want it, obviously repeating through underneath undertone, and then kind of canceling out the effect. So I think I'm just gonna use yellow and white, and I'm gonna again, this is my trick, which is take some water. I'm going to use the same brush I used for the back because I don't feel like I'm being lazy right now. But also, if I was willing to use the silver, what does it matter that I'm using this? Okay. I kind of want more yellow. It's looking too much like a wash, and I want it to look more like just thinned color. So, yeah, it's losing some of the yellow. The white was a bit much, so. The light's a bit uneven in here, and you can see the color is also a bit uneven in the mix, but that's fine. Again, we want that natural look. So far, it's kind of looking like runny eggs, but I think once we apply, dry, and then adjust accordingly, we'll get there. I don't doubt that we'll get there. So this is how it's coming out. I actually really like the fact that I went over it, you know, the letters included, like, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the for the detail work because I just like the look of the everything in yellow. I don't know if I like it enough to be like, wow, nothing else, that's it. But so far everything's in yellow. I got some spots I gotta patch up. I'm gonna do the back. I'll probably just do like the one coat on the back and then really focus on getting the front to the yellow I want. But yeah, it's just let me get the other one for contrast. So that's the base color, right? And then that's the yellow. So it does look like a stain, but we're gonna go back again a couple times at least until we get it to really pop yellow, but not too much yellow. You know, we want it translucent leaf yellow. So I think we're achieving that so far. I have cleaned the plates. We're moving on to the next color. We've got orange and white. I think the yellow, as it's drying now, is looking a bit it's looking a bit bright. The yellow, but maybe I can tone that down with whatever color I have decided. I'm gonna put some type of color on the letters. Maybe I'll do a yellow and a black. What color does yellow and black make? I don't know. But something just darker than okay. I need more orange because it's looking a little crimsicle. It's looking a little vomit-esque, little diarrhea-esque. Maybe at this point is when we bring in the brown. Is this the brown color? No. Let's bring in just the lightest touch of brown. Maybe that's what I should have had. I think that would have been too much for the yellow, the brown and yellow. That would have looked a little too wood tony. But I think brown already being close to orange makes sense. So let's see. Yeah. Already we're lighter there. You see the white disappear. This other brown that apparently had not been open. A couple of these colors are not open. This is kind of like a redder brown. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Man, okay. So, here's the brown. Here's what I guess is called plaid. Is the color maybe? It's redder. So we've got red, brown, and orange and white. I almost put a little bit of black, but we're not gonna go there. That is maybe a bit too red. We're gonna need some more orange there, and then some more water to thin it out. Yeah. So here on the plate, it's looking red. So this is why it's great to have this, because this is the color it came out. And that's kind of the tone of color I wanted for the yellow. But I don't see any way that I was going to get that yellow closer to that tone of orange without being too orange itself. So I think it's actually fine. I think I'm trusting the process. So that again, that's the oscillating fan. But here is the orange. It's looking very much fall. You know, what the wood is uneven, the application is even. That's fine. It's to mimic a very natural, leaf. Leaves don't die off in one color. They're not saturated in one color throughout. Sometimes, there's a gradient. I do think that's glue that's not dying there. So, and as with the yellow, I did just paint the whole thing. Unfortunately, with the orange, however, the natural brown of the shading of the letters has faded. So I think that's what I'll do. I will I'll go with two dark colors. One will be the letters, and the darker one will be the shading. That's what I'm thinking so far. I might also just do the shading in gold. I don't know. I don't think, it's taking a bit of a while to dry, and I don't think I'll finish this tonight. So this will have to be a two-part thing. I think the next part will be gluing and probably just detail work. And probably the detail work, I'm not sure if that'll be once it's glued or after or before it's glued. So, yeah. Okay, so we're drying. We've got the yellow here. Very gold. Actually, perfect. The contrast is perfect. It's kind of a goldish. We've got the gray. So, just let those dry. Then we'll assemble somehow. I probably will just glue and then do detail work after the fact. I have wood glue, so that's what we'll do for that. But welcome and hello, autumn! Exciting! Okay, so here's how it's looking gray. Let's see if you can. So lucky for me, we happen to have a lot of random wood across this randomly strewn throughout. So here's a random piece of wood, unstained, unpainted, and here is the wooden plank that was making up our placard. We've kind of got like a gray wash going on. It's very nice. I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with this. That's the yellow. Okay. Let me take a random piece of wood for contrast. The light's not getting the contrast well. Even when I tilt it down, you can see it's yellow. What a nice little effect with the shadow lettering. Kind of looks like it's 3D popping out at you. I mean, I guess technically it is, but okay. White wall. Yellow. Yellow. Okay. Right. So there's our yellow. Again, white wall. Orange. Orange. Wow, wow. Okay, so everything is once again laid out. Yellow and orange. Now the orange, especially on camera, does look a bit more saturated. But I think once the lettering's done, I don't know. Do I go back with a different, another coat of yellow? I don't know. In person, I think I'm quite happy with it. Another yellow might look cartoonish, I think. So I don't think I will do that. Yeah. I don't think I'll do that. But yeah, you see, so the gray pops off. Now, I did say previously before that I was going to have this at an angle and this kind of in the little nook there. But now I kind of don't know if I want both of them just like this. As you see, it's not yet glued down. I'm also still not sure what I'm going to do with the hanging, the little twine. But I'm really happy with how the colors came out. It does very much look Western. What word is Western? Rustic, gray forest farmhouse. Modern farm side food stand, whatever. It's not, overly done in browns. It's not super expected. It feels much, very, very modern. I want to say very modern. So I'm very excited with how that's going. So this is, I guess, part 3 of this whole thing. I didn't expect this to be so many videos, but it is a process. The mind changes and whatnot. So yes, here we go with the light on. So you see gray, yellow, brown, and then no, I think I might. Let me try this again. Try this the other way. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think opposite is the way to go. I don't know. I feel like obviously when this is hanging, it can't just be this. It has to be something else. Has to be added at some point, whether that's some type of floral wheat, something at the top. Who knows? So the detail that remains to be wrought. Anyway, I still want to line the inside of the pumpkin cutout with gold. I'm not sure if I'm going to line the leaves and the lettering for this to be done. Done in base, because I can always add things and take things off. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.